Good Abend, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TOBI Tweaks. Today's topic: active Danner fader modules. The German Danner format for audio cassettes has quite a wide array of different modules, ranging from very complex compressors like this Neumann pair to very simple functions like these being basically just a volume fader. Now, we know it in most modern mixing desks as just a part of the channel, the fader. In this Danner format, it used to be very sophisticated, always sporting an input transformer, an operational amplifier with the fader, and an output transformer. And while these were supposed to be just super flat amplification, setting the level, you will notice that they always impart a sound in the way they designed with the transformers and the amps. Now I ask myself, how much tonal shaping can we get out of these modules, and who will win this epic battle of faders? Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, this one I wanted to do in a long time. Over the years, I collected different faders, having the major brands now available. You see a Neumann here, a Siemens, TOBI, Telefunken from two different eras. And what I will do now is I will build a connector. Now I checked the schematics already. And from the info that I found, you have the Neumann, the TOBI. From the info that I found, they're all pin compatible. Which makes sense to have a standard, right? So you could exchange it and put these in every console no matter what. Now, of course, the designs are different. And also in my selection, I am ranging from fully discrete over designs with the NTP M100 op amp, the Neumann op amp, the dick film, to IC-based solutions. I will build a connector, test these, and then we hear sound examples. And I want to have one as kind of a master fader for my mix room. Let's find the perfect one. Okay, the loom is done with the bridging, the grounding, the connectors for audio in out, and DC power. Not my first one, I quite enjoy fitting these. It's a nice little system. And yeah, now let's test it and see how these work. And if they work. I mean, this is literally labeled broken. Let's see. Okay, back with the faders. Now, with the recap, I have 3 faders confirmed working. Beautiful stuff. Now for this Siemens, also a beautiful unit. I need a different adapter. All these faders are pin compatible. So with one stereo plug that I made, I was able to test every single fader except for the Siemens one. Now, here's my trouble child. This Telefunken, not only is it a pain to work with, super cramped design, 2 PCBs that kind of interlock with each other. You have stuff loose, you know, risking short every time if you're trying to work on it. If you're trying to test it while working on it, if you want to probe something or whatever. And then you have these cables pulling all the time if you want to exchange components. Bad. Now I exchanged the big electrolytic caps. The rest of it is tantal. You can see here quite a few. This actually sounds very nice. I had the mono version in use before. These are super cool, especially because of the all discrete design, but one side of it is not working. Okay, and here we have them all together. All 5 faders are now working. The one that did not work, I repaired. It was a cap in the power supply and the transistor. I did end up checking it, and now that I worked with this a bit, I think fixing these is okay, is doable. When I checked the faders that I have, a lot of them were not working, and now I think I know why. These have red dots on them in all kinds of spots. Now I'm really pumped to bring these to the studio and do the battle. Our first contester will be this Telefunken W690 stereo fader. Being probably the oldest, it sports complete discrete circuitry for the audio path, a lot of tantalum capacitors, and as you see in the frequency plot, it also changes the frequency quite a bit. Next up, I have this Neumann W444 STA stereo fader. Top-notch Neumann design, as you would expect, with older OA10 op-amps inside that are all discrete. So I put this in line with the Telefunken. But in contrast to that, as you can see on the frequency graph, it is perfectly flat. Next up, I have this TAB W390 stereo fader. Now, the design is based around the NTP M100 op-amp, which is a potted op-amp, but also full discrete inside. And as you see on the frequency graph, this one's also super flat. I had some noise problems, as you can also see on the graph, but I present it to you anyways. Next up, we have this beautiful active fader from Siemens. The design is based around a so-called thin film chip that they used in later designs of their summing amps as well, being basically a discrete op-amp with SMD components in quite a small package. And lastly, we have this Telefunken W691. This is supposed to be an improved version of the W690 I showed you earlier. And also this is the newest design, being based around an IC chip. But despite that, also sporting nice input and output transformers. And that was my video about the active Dana failure modules. Which one did you like best? Let me know in the comments. So oder so, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the last couple minutes with me, feel free to give me that. All buttons in, and like and subscribe. Until next time, have a good one. Ciao.